Hi, kindergarten. Today we are starting a brand new module and we are going to be talking about plants. I'm really excited for this unit because I love plants. And guess what? Every single one of you who is saying how much you love fruits and vegetables actually loves plants too. So our first vocabulary word for today is plants. And plants are just living things that have leaves and roots and make their own food. So for example, these plants right here might need to be watered. Our second word is soil. Soil is the top layer of dirt where seeds or plants can grow. So this right here is the soil. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? You can see that on top of the soil there's grass growing. So we are going to be learning about plants for the next few weeks. And remember, plants are a type of living thing that you see all around you. All living things have certain things in common or certain similarities. Okay, so all living things need food, water, and air. People and animals are living things, so we're living things because we all need food, water, and air. In the same way, plants like trees and flowers are also living things that need food, water, and air. So my dog Kitten needs food, water, and air, but so do my plants. Living things also reproduce or make babies that look like themselves. Since plants are living things, they also reproduce to make other plants that look like themselves. Pretty cool. So let's look at all the living things in this picture. You can pause the video and name some things that you see right on this page. There are some things that are not living things, right? A rock or an apartment building, they don't have babies and they don't need food, water, or air because they're not alive. They're not a living thing. But all of these things in this picture are. So this little girl is a living thing, and so is this kitten, the frog, palm tree, flowers, bugs, chickens, trees, grass. These are all living things. Now we're going to read a list of things, some that are living and some that are not living. If what I say is alive, you should say, it's living. And if what I say is not alive, you should say, it is not living. Okay, let's try it. Dog. You're right, it's living. A tree. A tree is living. Rock. A rock is non-living. A cat. A cat is living. And a chalkboard. Chalkboard is non-living. Absolutely not. I wonder if you could say a few things that are living and non-living. Okay, let's go ahead and get reading. Today you're going to listen to find out what plants need to live. So, we already talked about what you see in this picture. There are many different kinds of people, animals, and plants that live in our world. You probably recognize many of the living things in this picture in some ways. People, animals, and plants are alike. They're all alive. They need food, water, and air to grow and stay alive. But plants, people, and animals are different in many other ways. How do you think plants and animals are different? Well, unlike animals and people, plants do not make sounds and they cannot move from one place to another. Plants need 4 basic things in order to live and grow. They need food, water, air, and light. If a plant had these things, then it can survive, even in a little crack in the sidewalk, like right here. The yellow flowering plant in this picture is called a dandelion. A few weeks ago, a tiny dandelion seed floated through the air and landed in this crack in the sidewalk, where there was just enough soil, remember that means the dirt, for it to begin to grow. This dandelion gets plenty of sun here in the sidewalk, and it also gets plenty of air, water, and nutrients. This shady forest is home to many different types of plants, from the tallest tree to the tiniest flower. A forest is a large area of land where many trees grow close together. Animals that live in the forest depend on these plants for food and for their homes. This forest is just one environment or place where living things live, of many on this earth. This is another type of forest. There are some major differences between the colors and shapes of the leaves on these trees and the leaves on the trees in the last picture. You see how those look different? In a later lesson, you're going to learn about two different types of trees. This environment looks very different from the forest we saw in the last images. All plants need food, water, air, and light, but not every place in the world has exactly the same amount of food, water, air, or light. This is a desert where it's hot and dry all year round. Plants that grow here, such as this cactus, have adapted to a life in sandy soil with very little rainfall beneath the blazing hot sun. That tough little dandelion and the trees you saw earlier would wither and die if you tried to plant them here. And the cactus in this desert would not be able to live in either the sidewalk crack or in the forest. Different types of plants grow in different environments or places. Now, this picture shows an underwater environment. Fish may be the first things that come to mind when you think about underwater life, but there are plants down there too. Underwater plants need the same things other plants need, including food, water, air, and light. Have you ever seen underwater plants? Maybe in a fish tank? Okay, this environment is not a forest, it's not a desert, and it's definitely not underwater. This is a city park made when some people gathered seeds and planted them in the ground. People plant grass seeds on lawns and in parks, so there are nice places to play and relax. People plant flowers and trees to make the world a prettier place. Now, some plants can be grown indoors. Maybe you even have one at home or you've seen one before. If so, someone needs to water it from time to time so it stays healthy and green. All plants have 4 basic needs: food, water, air, and light. But not all plants can grow in all the same places on Earth. A dandelion cannot grow in the desert, and a corn plant cannot grow underwater. Over the next several days, you're going to learn about all the different types of plants and plant parts, and you'll understand why plants are so important to animals and to people. I hope you're excited to learn more about plants. Don't forget to click on that exit ticket below. See you later, kindergarten.